I grew up in the countryside, and I think, like most people who do, I thought that the landscape I was in was pretty natural, pretty wild. And then when I moved north and discovered the Peak District with all its rugged and austere beauty, I guess I probably thought it was even more natural, even more wild. And it's really not until I started to really read about and then later study ecology that I found out that by and large the landscapes in our country are not wild and natural, far from it. They're actually quite sort of broken ecosystems by any environmental metric. We now know that the UK is one of the most nature depleted countries in the world. And that's not only very sad in itself, it also has really fundamental implications for us as a society and in fact as a species. And that's because we now understand that there is no part of our human civilization that isn't fundamentally underpinned by natural systems. And that is why we set up Rewilding. And Rewilding is a conservation project run by conservation professionals. And our aim is to buy a piece of land in the Peak District and restore it for nature. And we're asking everyone to please sponsor us to raise money for the Rewilding project and share this page far and wide. So what do I mean by restoring land for nature? We'd like to use a process-led conservation approach. Process-led conservation is related to, or part of, rewilding theory. And the idea behind it is that instead of focusing on specific species or particular habitats, you restore the natural functioning of your ecosystem. And then essentially your landscape becomes self-willed habitats and species sort of manifest naturally once the processes are restored. And these processes can be things like repairing the soil system. They can be things like getting the grazing levels right so that regeneration of natural plants and trees can happen, restoring your hydrology. And if that sounds all sort of quite vague and hard to picture, then what we would expect to arise is a more resilient ecosystem, more wildlife rich. We would expect to see perhaps a mosaic of habitats and mosaic of kind of micro-habitats developing. We'd expect to see greater biodiversity, and some of the specific things we'd be managing for are some trees on site. We know that our uplands are badly needing trees in the right place. We'd be managing for wet areas. I think a lot of people know now that having even a very small pond is one of the best ways to bring wildlife into an area. So we'd be managing for some specific elements like that as well. So we've been planning this project and saving for it for a really long time, and we're really serious about it. And we think we've got the skills and the knowledge to really make it happen. But we can't do it on our own. Land is really expensive. So please do sponsor us. Please do share this project far and wide. We really do need that wide support. This is only a small project in a way, but it's part of something much bigger and part of something really important. So if you've ever felt a bit frightened about what's happening to the natural world, or if you really feel like something is missing from our landscapes, then please support us. Thank you.